Renegades.
Oh, nice.
Oh!
We're back
Crushed it.
for Money Game Part 3. And we're super stoked because Part 1, Part 2, we sandwiched them together. Now we're about to make a PB&J and listen to all 3 of them.
Not together,
Not
though.
together.
Put a
but
jam in there.
It's in our head.
Put a little jam.
Ren Money Game. We'll see if it flies over our head like
It
Happy
probably
Say
will.
it does.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We'll check it out.
embrace
little,
it.
Yeah.
Little ivory keys. Shut up.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17 and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not getting at though, but he's practically a millionaire. 18 and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns up profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposit.
I love how he just doesn't give up and
Yeah.
says exactly what it's like.
After the stuff I've been going through the past couple months, the worst thing I hate is when like the father of someone dies and the boy, and they tell you you're the man of the house now, or you're the man now at like 5, 6, 10, 12-year-old. I don't get that. Sorry, he mentioned that and I was like, no, he's not the man. Like,
You shouldn't have to be.
no, you're a
That's a lot
kid,
of
you're a child.
pressure.
Yeah.
I can't with the theatrics.
Yeah.
And
It's
that
intense.
is the best.
It makes the story.
Yeah.
God,
It really does.
love
We've been
him.
listening for 3 minutes and 28
Already?
seconds.
Feels like 2 seconds.
That's the length of most songs. Now, granted, he wasn't singing the whole time, but like
That didn't
I'm
feel
like,
like that.
I need to know the end of the story. Like,
I think I've had chills like 3 times.
yeah,
And it's just amazing. So let's get
let's
it
go
going.
in.
21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's he's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy's...
I need a drink.
Boy.
Yes, bitches.
Cheers.
Yeah, he snuck that in there just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
First off, it was like 23, 24, something like that. He's in the palace, but his dad said that's still not enough.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of people out there that are like that.
That-
that's
yeah.
not good enough.
Yeah. And then his Iran comment. Okay. A little political. So we're going to step over that. But we did see it and hear it. But thinking back of like, and noticing things, I, for the longest time, and I think that was older generation, which you guys can agree or disagree, was work, work, work. Be the best that you can be a manager, be the top, get the most money, all this stuff. And
For
at
what?
the
For
end
what?
of the day, does that make you happy? No. But literally, he's like, this age, doing so
Doing
much,
all of this
but it's
stuff.
not enough.
Yeah.
Whether it's coming from your parents or society, it is never
It's
enough.
never enough. No. Because society can't figure out how to be happy without money and things.
Yes.
So it goes back to I don't have enough money to get the things that I want. So then I just keep working. And it's just this cycle because they can't find happiness with what they have.
Yep.
And James and I have talked about this a lot. Like, we need to pull back and be like, live in the moment.
Yeah.
Because when you start saying just that next promotion, just that next raise, just like
Yeah.
you're constantly like your life is wrapped around money and things.
Yeah.
And until you learn to be happy in the present, you will
Right.
never be happy.
Right. What were we going to say? Just want to go.
You
I
should
want.
go.
I want
Yeah.
to hear
Want
more.
to go? Okay.
Says you're losing the race, you're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it, blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Oh, sounds like today. Can we pause?
Are we going to make it through the whole video?
No, we're not.
I don't think we are.
Because I am. Do you not see what they're talking about?
Yes.
What are they talking about?
Oh, there's
Of current,
of current
maybe
times.
maybe a
and-
house that's white, that's in the DC. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how you make your money now is the drug slanging.
Well, all the allegations coming out of Washington D.C. I'm sorry, but that's what that looks like. Okay, go Ren.
35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43, never running round the pavements of a city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck for money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we design. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive with parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Fuck. I have gone through so many emotions.
Yeah. And then I could just think, fuck you. That's literally.
For what?
His dad.
Elaborate. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But elaborate on that. Like,
I just-
why?
How much his dad wanted, or whoever's dad wanted out of whoever, and the emotions that person went through, and the dad didn't even realize what he was putting his child through. Who even knows if it's his son, right? Like, whoever he was putting him through, fuck you. Like, that was hard.
Yeah.
You know, that's happening
Every day, all day.
All day.
Well,
I see it.
well,
in
and I was
in
gonna
school right
say,
now.
For you right now having a son.
Yeah, I see it.
Too, I feel like that's more of a connection to
Mhm.
it than what we have.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mhm. And then he hit on a part about kids in school. And I thought about this a couple weeks ago because you have your emotions, and Adrian and I have talked a lot in school, and how, like, he doesn't get along with certain people, and how he doesn't like a teacher because of this, right? And I was like, well, you have to learn personalities, and you have to learn how to react to people how they are. And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I was like, you are who you are, and they can react to you also. But then when I said that to him, I thought back to how he's going to get in trouble because he just needs to be a person going to school, doing his work, turning his grades, and coming home, right? Because that is how we are as a society. You go to school, you do your work, you do what they say, you do what the teachers say, no matter what,
Right.
and then you come home. And it's like, no, because like last week, for example, this goes off topic about here, but he came home and he was like, Mom, a kid took my water bottle off my desk,
F that.
and I went back to the kid and took my water bottle back, and the teacher told me I have lunch suspension.
Oh.
Right?
That's a
So, like,
no.
kind of like that. And I was like, No.
No.
I will be emailing that teacher. I was like, you stand up for yourself in that situation because that's your
Yeah.
water bottle.
That's your water
Why
bottle.
the fuck would that kid take your water bottle and
But-
you get in trouble?
But that's
That's-
yes
the
the mentality.
That's the
Everything.
mentality. Gimme.
Everything's mine.
Yeah.
It's mine for the taking.
Uh-huh. No.
That
No.
is wild.
Isn't that wild?
That is wild that teacher
Why?
literally gave in
Like,
to the
why?
other kid.
That literally happened yesterday. I picked him up from
Stop.
school yesterday, and he was almost in tears because he was pissed because
Stop.
he's never gotten in trouble before.
Yes,
But he
he's
was
a
like-
good kid.
He was like, Mom, I went to get my water bottle back because that's my water bottle. And I was like, you did the right thing. And he was like, yeah, but now I have lunch detention. I was like, absolutely not. You will not be having lunch detention.
Absolutely not.
You stood up for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
but then I think about it, and like, we are robots. And we are teaching these kids to be robots in school to do what we're told to do. You turn in your work assignments, you do your grades, you do this, but you can't have an opinion. And the kids
Or
that have an opinion,
The only opinion you can have is what they're telling you.
what
to
they're
think.
telling you. And it
Yeah.
depends on who the teacher is.
Uh-huh.
What if the teacher's not?
Morally sound.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
morally, ethically sound.
can't
Like
steal somebody's water bottle.
That's
and
yours.
Then literally, she was rewarding that behavior,
yeah.
or he. I don't know.
Who? It was a she.
Whoever they
Yeah.
were.
But yeah,
That's funny that it was a she though.
it was a she. It was a she.
Because sorry, we're gonna be like, oh honey, like motherly.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we are
Ugh.
women are women. You're
Yeah.
motherly.
So
And you
back
don't like
onto this
conflict.
though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
it brought me to thinking about as he was talking, and how it's so like, I don't know.
There's a lot.
It-
There was a lot in that.
Holy shit balls.
I mean, it was 9 minutes
Yeah.
of just like truth
Just-
bombs.
That did
like
not feel like 9 minutes.
Oh,
It
no, it
didn't
didn't.
feel like 9
No.
minutes.
No.
it felt like I was in a play.
Also,
I was watching a play.
And he was singing, but he was talking.
he was telling you the.
You know, I was also
fucking
thinking
truth.
he's so like his stuff is like so poetic.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
he's doing it like, and I'm terrible with like poetry. Like I don't
I don't
understand
rhyme.
what
No.
poetry is.
But he,
You guys can come. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
like very like this word to this word. Like I don't know, just the whole thing. I was just like,
But
oh, he's
also,
like a musician.
did you guys catch the fact that nobody had a face?
Yeah.
They were faceless.
But also,
Because
they
it's
were.
everybody.
But yeah, but they could see through it. Could you see he counted? and then
well,
they-
yeah, I think
Well,
she's.
no, I'm
Sorry, that
meaning.
just threw me off.
I'm
I was like,
meaning.
wait, why?
in
They
the
did have a face.
sense-
You are correct.
No,
Mila,
but-
they have faces.
But I was like, hold on, you're doing it. But that's what I thought. I was like, you guys are faceless, and he was like, I was like,
faceless in
"Hold
the
on."
sense of you shouldn't have to be able to see them to be able to,
everyone,
everybody's the same.
everyone
yeah.
could be. What is it? They could be subject to this.
Yes, yeah.
Type of
Everybody.
behavior.
100%.
This type of thought process and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I'm sure the renegades will let us know what this
Oh,
is
you know
actually
the
about.
Henderson will.
But it seemed
we
pretty.
might have missed a couple of pieces because I'm sorry, it was 9 minutes of truth
Yeah.
preaching at us, and we didn't want to stop every 2 seconds, even though I did, but I didn't.
For a minute straight, you stopped every like 5
Okay,
seconds.
you know
What-
what? That's
that's
what
what it felt like. That's
Holy
what she
hell!
said.
Yeah.
He
Well,
is just
truth bombing.
truth.
Yeah.
Is
I like am. We're gonna be talking about this for like the rest of the
Because-
recording session.
because-
I'm sorry.
Here's the thing too: is it would literally take an hour.
Yeah.
To talk about everything that he said, because at the end of it, all of that was his name Jimmy.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
all he could do was to commit suicide to remove himself from the pressures of the world,
Fuck
and
that.
unfortunately,
Fuck.
that happens a lot.
All the time.
All the time.
People
All the time.
put so much pressure, and that is a human being and a life, and it is extremely sad
Mhm.
that that's how they think they can get out of it.
That's
I mean,
the
this-
only way.
The only yes,
The only
Yeah,
way
that's
out of
the
it is
only
for
way
them to do
out
that.
of it is to do that.
Mhm.
And I'm sure there's plenty of people that are extremely wealthy that are happy, but I'm sure they're funneling their money and their time into things that make them happy while they're making themselves rich.
Yeah, but there's also plenty that aren't. I mean, look
Exactly.
at your actresses, your
Oh.
actors, your singers, your
Yeah.
all of these people. Like,
Yeah.
how many times Do you hear the
drugs,
stories?
suicide.
Yes.
I mean, drinking,
Rehab,
drugs,
all of it.
rehabs, all of it. They don't know what to do
because
with
it goes back to what I was saying. They think that money and success and fame is what will make them happy. So I
Everybody
need to
does.
do more of this, more of that to make more money, to be more famous, to do all this stuff, and then at the end of the day, it doesn't actually make them happy.
It doesn't. And when you get to a point to where you make a good amount of money, you're like, well, fuck, I'm spending all my time making this money and I can't enjoy your money.
Can't enjoy the money.
And you need to get to a point to where you can make enough money to make it and still enjoy your life.
Yes.
Simplify it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people are greedy,
Yes.
so they just want they
It's
just keep going.
literally
Money,
a
money.
cycle. It's a cycle.
Yeah, it is.
It's, God, that was crazy.
Whoa, we can
we
just keep
can
going.
Yeah.
If you made it to the end,
Nah.
like, comment, subscribe.
And let us know in the comments
Yeah.
that you made it to the
Yeah,
end.
you made it to the end.
Cheers on this.
Yeah. Cheers. Bitches. I don't know if we've done this long of a react in a minute. Oh, I probably should be drinking, huh?
But if you want to help us keep the lights on,
go.
definitely head over to our main page and check out our original content. But until next time, bye.
Bye.